Hi, and welcome to the third installment in the Play series. Thanks for joining. Today we're going to talk about the neuroscience of play. And the reason I want to talk about the neuroscience of play is that I've noticed something in my career about success and resilience. And companies that succeed in up and down economies, relationships and teams that can take a hit and keep on rolling. In order to do that, in order to be able to take a hit, in order to be able to learn fast and turn on think quick on your feet, we need to understand the neuroscience behind what's happening. When we're safe, we create a chemical cocktail in our brain, and it allows things called neurons to just fly towards each other and to create superhighways where we get better at things. These neurons are our habits and our skills and our talents. And when we're in a safe environment, we can build those really fast. And conversely, in an unsafe environment, learning takes a back seat. It's expensive, burns resources, takes calories. So if learning takes a back seat, we can only rely on our old skills and our old belief systems and our old talents that especially ones that were successful in the past. Not a bad thing if it's a stressed out environment, especially if there's danger. Those are not bad skill sets. But if you want to be able to create an intentional future, if you want to be able to create a world where we have more lightness and more joy and excitement, that has to be intentional. And in order to do that and intentionally create something that's not supported in a stressed environment, we need to understand the foundations for learning skills, habits, and talents. What happens when we start to learn is that nerves in our brain begin to line up, and they're called neurons, and they create what's called a neurosynaptic pathway. The more you do something, focus on something, pay attention to something, repeat something, anytime you focus on something, these pathways begin to thicken. Thicker pathway, more information. More information, it becomes easier to do. Until in the end, basically because of a self-fulfilling prophecy, whatever you practice, you get better at. And if you practice believing a certain way, you get better at that. And if you notice this whole series, I've not talked about good or bad. It's really important to understand that these are just thickening nerve bundles. It serves us if we thicken the ones that we want and we're intentional about, and sometimes it doesn't serve us if we thicken the ones that don't serve us. So we practice being a jerk, we get better at being a jerk. And if we practice being light and joyful and optimistic, we get better at being light and joyful and optimistic. So thank you for joining me in this part 3 of the Play series, The Neuroscience of Play. I hope this has inspired you to understand that it takes baby steps and that you have to do things step at a time and be consistent until you build a thick habit, a thick talent, a thick belief around a certain way of being. And if that's an intentional future that you're really focused on getting, congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which is in search of the ROI of play, with a couple of real-life work examples where play was the impetus for change. Thank you. Talk to you next time.